That's what I wanted to do. I didn't really know what other people were going to do. I didn't know if Isaiah would take it, or Quincy would take it, or Brandon would take it. But yeah, I didn't want to leave it to chance, so I just wanted to make sure I left everything out there. I told myself yesterday, I'm like, go on 47, just do it. And that's what I did. I was able to finish, so that's what I wanted to do.
Coming off that 400 from last weekend, what did you kind of learn this past week?
The main thing I learned really was that, you just have to go into a race and know exactly what you want to do and exactly what you want to get out of it. And it might not look good in the first half, but if you stick to your plan, things will work out. And so, yeah, yesterday I ran an indoor PR, or not yesterday, last week I ran an indoor PR, just doing that and sticking to my guns. And then today, kind of same thing, I just came in with an idea of what I wanted to do and I executed and got the result I wanted.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
I was going to say, over the past year, I mean, it's been a journey back, since, it's taking some time away, being able to, make sure that you're able to come back healthy and everything. How has that been for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really hard. It was my first year as a pro. I didn't run a race, and obviously that's not how I imagined it going. I went pro in track because I wanted to be the best that I could be, and injury is part of that. And so I feel like the things that I learned in that time were really, really helpful, and they'll definitely keep me going for the rest of my career. It's one of those things, I'm really glad I happened when it did, in hindsight, I missed out on the Olympics, and there'll always be more Olympics in the future, but it's better that happened when I was, really young rather than right in the prime of my career. I still believe I have a lot left, and there's a lot of in the future for me, a lot more in the future rather for me. So, yeah, I think looking back on it, I'm really grateful for how it happened.
And what do you think contributed? Or did you and your coaches and trainers and everything look at what contributed to your injuries and how that came about?
Yeah, so it was an injury that started in college, and I think the main reason was really just because I just put on a lot more weight. I was a lot bigger in college than I was in high school. I never touched the weight room in high school. I still wasn't fully grown, so I would say I probably grew about an inch or two, and gained about 10 to 15 pounds just in my first semester at Georgia. So, or I guess by the time at Georgia rather. So just a lot of changes in my body, as well as I just feel like that exacerbated things that were already wrong. With my mechanics, I think when you're smaller, I was about 150 pounds in high school, 150, 155. And when you're that small, you don't really have that much force that you're putting down. You can get away with that, but when you're bigger and you're putting down more force, you're in the gym all the time, you're doing a lot more, you're just reinforcing bad habits. And I think so. It was just all those biomechanical deficiencies that I had always had were exacerbated by me, just developing more physically. And then, by the time I went pro, I didn't realize that it was as serious of an injury, because it was fine in college. The trainers did a really good job of managing my injury. I didn't really know it was actually that bad, but it just kind of kept getting worse. Starting December of my time as a pro of 2023, and then into 2024, I just didn't have that constant attention from the training staff because I was no longer at Georgia. I had to do all that stuff on my own basically, and I just wasn't able to self-manage it. And I think just more and more growth, more and more development physically, just more of everything that was already causing issues. It was just, I think, a perfect storm. So.
And would something like this make you reconsider? I know you said 400, that's the goal for indoors, but you're building up towards, I guess, that 800 outdoors. Is that the plan?
Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those things. I said last week, for a runner like me, and this goes to any runner, you have your strength. Obviously, mine's the 800. That's my best event. But my strength in the 8 comes from the 4. So if my 4 is not good, my 8's not going to be good. They work together just like anyone who has one event. They have to work with something either above or below their main event. they have to keep sharpening that, and that's what will bring their time down more than just focusing on their main event. And so, yeah, like this helps my 4. It also helps my 8. It's a good intermediate distance. Yeah, like I'm gonna run the 8 this year, of course, but that'll be when I feel ready for it. Like I said, the 4 is there to strengthen my 8, and I believe I can get a lot faster than the 4, and hopefully, run some times that I've been looking to go for a while. So,
In that 800 last year went wild. What was it like to sit the sitting and watching all those great performances last year?
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you repeat?
Last year, so many great performances in the 800.
Oh, yeah.
What went through your mind as you watched all those people just kept dropping times, and gosh, it was like 40th in the world. It was 144.
Yeah. Obviously, I felt left out, but at the end of the day, like, I root for all those guys, and I want to see them do well. I think if they're elevating their game, it forces me to elevate my game, so it's a win-win for all of us. I think, just seeing everyone get really close to that record, the 140, it's really cool to see. And part of me is glad it didn't go down that year because I want to be a part of that, whether I'm just in the race or it's me running that. I definitely want to be in the mix when we're gunning for that record.
Oh, fantastic. Well, congratulations on a great win today.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.